Hello and welcome back to this Trails from Zero Let's Play with me, SLJ RPG. In the last episode, we did a little bit of investigating around the hospital about the suspected wolf attacks, and we had been told by Cecile, our sister-in-law, to come meet a new person. So that is our plan for today. So let us go meet her. We stopped there. I've not played this game in a while, it must be said, because sorry, reading big comments. I'm playing this for a little bit because I've been away doing some shit. So, linen room only, employees. But I'm guessing 303. No, it's probably going to be lucky number 304. Cecile? Lloyd, what are you doing here? The head nurse told us you were working up here. But, are we interrupting? No, not at all. These people I was telling you about, Shizuki. The righteous law enforcing police officers, CPD. Isn't that going a bit far? I think you're overselling us quite a bit, Cecile. Shizuki. Thank you for everything you do, officers. My name is Shizuki McLean. Oh, Eris's daughter, sister. We appreciate that, Shizuki. Wait, hold on. You said McLean? That name definitely rings a few bells. Perhaps you've met her father before. Eros McLean. Seriously? The divine blade of the wind. The guy has a kid? Do you know my father? Well, I guess you could say that. He bailed us out of a tight spot a while ago. We haven't seen him much since. I think I understand. Did he offend you somehow? I know he can be blunt with his words. No, definitely not. Honestly, it was a little bit overwhelming standing in the room as such an accomplished man. He might be being strict with us, but he was also considerate and quite reliable. You have a wonderful father, don't you, Shizuki? Do you really think so? Always the daddy's girl. Still, whenever he comes to visit, you're always so shy. You should dote on him more often. Say stuff like, I love you, and give him loads of big hugs, okay? But Cecile, that's embarrassing. That's Cecile for you. Hard to imagine Mr. Remarkable himself getting pampered by his daughter, eh? Agreed, it's hard to picture. By the way, we have might have a lead to your case. Shizuki tells me she noticed something after the ordinary that night. She did? Well, I remember the night Leiden was attacked quite vividly. I was having a hard time falling asleep, so I stayed up reading Braille books. Then all of a sudden I heard a scream. She's blind. Really? What happened next? Well, I was starting to get anxious, so I opened the window and listened very carefully. Didn't hear any more screams, but I did hear something that sounded like breathing. After hearing for a few minutes, I suddenly heard what sounded like something jumping. That's when everything stopped. Interesting. Did you tell the CGF that too? Honest, I thought I dreamt the entire thing. I only realized I had him when I heard Cecile's explanation. I'm sorry, if only I had said something earlier. No, it's fine. We appreciate you telling us, Shizuki. Anyway, the statement supports the clues we found in our investigation of the roof, correct? Sure does, and I remember she heard sounds from Leiden. After Leiden screamed and faded. There must have been the wolves breathing, then jumping out of the boxes. That's their escape route after all. But there's more, I think. I might have misheard it. It's okay, Shizune. Even the smallest detail may be an important clue. Okay, there was something else I heard too on top of what I already told you. I felt like I heard a faint whistling sound coming from outside the hospital. A shepherd whistling? Could have been a cry unique to this kind of monster. Shizuki, have you heard this particular sound before? No, I've only heard it that night. I might have misheard it, sorry. I wouldn't be so sure. Anyway, thanks for giving us a statement, Shizuki. Might end up being the clue we need. Cecile, are you ready to hear our report? I think our investigation here has helped make the truth a little bit clearer. Of course. Well, Shizuki, I'll come around dinner time, alright? You might be hearing my dog, she's currently licking my face. Okay, I hope the rest of your shift goes well, Cecile. And luck with your investigation too, Lloyd. To the rest of you too. Thanks, Shizuki. We'll definitely come visit again, okay? Interesting. Cecile, was that girl? blind. She lost her eyesight back in an accident several years back. Fortunately, it's not as if there isn't any hope for her. She's been staying at St. Ursula undergoing treatment, recovering little by little. Well, at least there's hope. It might be very difficult for her. She's a brave girl. Since the Bracer Guild keeps her rather busy, she's quite lonely here, yet despite that she pretends to be happy. You don't have to. But would you four be her friends from now on? Of course, Cecile, would love to. She seems like a lovely girl. I certainly wouldn't mind spending more time with her. I feel the same. Leave it to me, Cecile. I never fail at making ladies smile. Do you now, Randy? Thank you, everyone. Back to business. Figured out something while she was talking, right? Mind filling me in? So, monsters trespass through here, is that it? We don't know what compelled them to do it, but Ospo should take some precautions for the time being. I agree, we'll have to improvise. Maybe Ospo set some sort of fence to keep the monsters away. Yep, that should do the trick. You would need something sturdy, but also relatively mobile. Do you have anything like that? I believe we have something amongst the outdoor equipment that would work. I'll talk to the chief and see if we can get it installed soon. That was fucking quick. Good work. Thanks to you, everyone at the hospital can now work worry-free. Nothing to it. We didn't do anything too special. All we did was pinpoint how exactly the walls end at the hospital. That's not true. If you didn't come investigate, we would never have known how to prevent something like this from happening again. I think you work hard. The SSS will be on Eris's level in no time. I guarantee it. You think? I've moved. Thank you for your kind words, Cecile. We will do our best. I'm glad. Lloyd, when we have some free time, let's meet up for a chat for a while. I'd like to visit his grave together, if you don't mind. Yeah, we should do that. One last thing. When I see you next, make sure you tell me whether you're dating Elie or Tio, okay? I'll have to congratulate you on getting your first girlfriend. It's gonna be Elie, isn't it? I told you it wasn't like that. I guess Randy would be okay too, but I'm not one to judge. Just touch base with me, okay? I'm not completely unfamiliar with the genre, so I wouldn't be surprised. What genre is that exactly? Hey, if it'll make Cecile happy, I don't mind giving it a try. Well, I might. I'll have to talk more, but I have to excuse myself here. Take care on the way back, everyone. We will. Thank you for everything. Interesting. I think I'm in love. Warm, reliable, open-minded. She seems like an amazing person, Lloyd. I'm glad you think so, too. We may not be real siblings, but she's family in my eyes. That reminds me, Lloyd. What exactly is your relationship with her? Huh? I'm a little curious, too. I was definitely getting more of a standard siblings vibe from you two. What are you implying? Lloyd, you traitor! You've been slamming a babe like her this entire time? Oh, I wouldn't give to such bodies with you right now. You know that it's impossible. I think it's time we dropped this non-skill conversation and headed back to Crossbell. It's already evening, so we still have to put together a report of today's investigation before we go to sleep. He dodged the question, blatantly at that. Curse you, Lloyd, she's totally my type too. I don't know what you're whispering about, but it's nothing good. There we go. So we need to make our way back to Crossbell. I wouldn't mind getting some healing in. Is there any way I can heal? The Elector Inn. Rest. I'm gonna take the mirror. And that's fine. Leave. We need to make our way back to Crossbell anyway. So, onwards and upwards. We're not going to be using the bus, I don't think. We're not going to wait for the bus. It's late. Smart to take the bus. Okay. Here we go. We're going to wait for the bus. So, should we wait for the bus? According to the schedule, one's supposed to come in 15 minutes. Damn, that's convenient. It runs all the way up to 11 PM. The fare is cheap too. The city managed it, correct? Doesn't mean they don't make a profit. You have to remember the hospital is important to everyone in Crossbell State. Given the high demand and room in the state's budget, they must have enough to mirror to fund the service. That makes sense. being able to visit the hospital as easy as you can is definitely something to be thankful for. Damn straight. So proud of my NHS. Socialised medicine is the best. Well, we don't know if it's socialised here, but I'm telling you it is. Right. Onwards and upwards, as we just reverse this time. And make our way back to Crossbell City. It's a slow burner, this game, but I'm enjoying it. It's different from the very dark Shin Megami Tensei 3 that I'm currently playing, as well alongside this. What a beautiful sunset. It is, however, I would not advise looking right at it. Orbital vehicles make life a breeze, don't they? Imagine if we got our hands in our own car. Yeah, I wouldn't count on that. I think the other investigative divisions use them, though. If I recall correctly, I believe the 1st Division detective has a private car prepared for them. Seriously? You think there's a limit to special treatment? Geez, times like these really sucks to be the misfits. Well, no use begging for the stuff we can't get. Besides, traveling on the highway is pretty good training, don't you think? I'm hesitant to agree, but I think I have to. But won't we be investigating any further today, correct? Yeah, all that's left is mains. Like I said, let's head back for now and write up our reports. Tomorrow we'll pick up where we left off. Roger. Today was more exhausting than we were expecting. You got that right, but man, it still really saved our skins, eh? Alright, next time I'll use a mixer as an excuse to score big time. Your persistence is admirable, Randy. It truly is. Exciting. As I can see Crossbell Airport there in the left corner. As once again, we see this wolf. White wolf. Benny has seen the wolf and is not the biggest fan of it. Lloyd and the others returned to the SSS that night and began compiling a report of the day's investigation. The newly found evidence and searches and theories were all discussed and organised for Sergei's convenience. Before they knew it, the clock had struck midnight. Once finished, they returned to their respective rooms, exhausted, and fell asleep. Wait a second. You're going on a trip? You can't say that and immediately walk out the door. Where are you all going? The Principality of Remtheria. Don't worry, I should be back in a month. It might even be as short as 2 weeks, depending on the situation. Yeah, I get that, but you're a CPD detective, aren't you? Is it really okay for you to be out of the state for that long? Hey, what's the long face? You gonna be depressed if your big brother goes away for a bit? Come on, lad. You get way too freaked out when you're alone. Why stop at 2 months? You can leave 2 years for all I care. I'm probably fine on my own, thanks. Whoa, relax. I was just kidding. You see, the truth is, I'm not going from Reveria for fun and games. Top secret job, Lloyd. Sounds fishy to me. I mean, top secret? What kind of secrets are we even talking about? I knew you were gonna ask about that. Can't dive into specifics, but it's actually a trip where I'm in charge of escorting this cute little girl back home. That's it? Yeah, the girl and I escaped to Remtheria, a beautiful northern country. So tell me, just how jealous are you? No more joking around. I asked the neighbors to invite you over for dinner while I'm away. Breakfasts are on you, though. I'm not a kid, I can cook my own meals. Wait, that's beside the point. Cute little girl, what exactly are you planning, Guy? What are you gonna do if Cecile finds out about all this? What does Cecile have to do with anything? What is she? You're impossible. What could she possibly see in this mess of idiot? Well, okay then. For your information, I've already discussed this with her. Seriously? Yeah, there seems to be a little misunderstanding here, Lloyd. Even though I call it a trip, it's still very much police work. And the girl's only 9 years old, you know. Okay. We're starting to learn some more things. A dream? Talk about nostalgic. Must have been around 12 when that happened, or was it 13? Afterwards, I'm sure that... Lloyd speaking. Good, you're up. Have you finished the report already? Yes, sir. Yesterday's investigation is wrapped up, more or less. Excellent. Now round up everyone and come to my office. You have guests. Excuse us, sir. Deputy Commander Bells? Man, how did I know? Good morning, you four. Morning. Nice to see you, Deputy Commander. Our guest as to who it was visiting us ended up being spot on. She stopped by not too long ago. She wants to hear about your investigation is going. Of course, but this isn't on a pretty short notice. We still haven't quite finished our investigation of Mainz yet. I apologize, everyone. It wasn't my intention to rush you. The situation, however, has changed. What do you mean? Up until yesterday, the Guardian Force conducted regular patrols, providing security to Mainz. However, this morning, it was decided that we were to issue a full withdrawal. You're withdrawing the Guardsmen? It's only been 3 days since the last monster sighting, has it not? Correct. We had planned on providing security for at least another week, but an order came directly from the CGF commander, claimed it was a waste of resources. He thinks protecting innocent lives is a waste? I never liked that spineless kiss-ass. You know him? Yeah, I was serving a Belgard gate. I saw him loads. Basically, he's top god of the dog of the Guardian Force, and buddy with some Imperial faction big shot. He's more of a fan of whining and dining instead of doing his actual job. So the rumors are true after all. However, when the CGF putting out this 30% a problem, it would be too dangerous. Precisely. If our attacks were limited to one location, it might have been handed off to the guild, but unfortunately the scale of attacks is too vast. Deputy Commander of Crossbell Guardian Force, I cannot overlook this. The real problem is we weren't able to neutralize the monsters before our 3-week deadline. Despite the attacks happening all throughout Crossbell, the actual damages weren't all that serious. With that as a pretext, the commander gave us the order to cease all operations related to the matter immediately. So that's how it happened. Oh, how rude of me. I still haven't introduced you yet, have I? This is Sergeant Major Seeker. She's young, but very gifted in combat and a gifted driver. She serves as my main aide-de-camp. Null Seeker, it's officially nice to meet you all. Yeah, likewise. Hold on, you said your last name was Seeker? By any chance are you related to Fran, one of the CPD receptionists? I am. I'm Franceville's sister. I heard that you've been looking after her, thanks. Actually, I think you might have got things a little backwards there. So you're the Sergeant Major I heard so much about. Major Seeker, the young guardsman who become Tangram's shining beacon of hope. I wouldn't go that far. Besides, I've heard about you too, Randy. The Belgard forces have a lot to say. It's nice to finally put a face to the stories. I'm flattered. What kind of stories are we talking about? Primarily ones involving escapades with women, I assume. You got me there. Those guys were always jealous of my awesome skills with the ladies. I mean, I would be too. I'll politely ask you to leave things at that, Orlando. Oh. Now, you should be up to speed with the unpleasant situation. The only factor that might break this deadlock in you is your investigation. To be blunt, I'm grasping at straws here. I need to know what you found out. I didn't think these things were this urgent. We're about to submit our report to the chief anyway. Please allow us to give you a short briefing as we do. That's it then? Good job. Sonya, what'd you think of my rookie's abilities? They've exceeded my expectations. The legend of divine wolves and how the culprits appeared on the roof of St. Ursula Medical College. What do you make of all this, Seeker? Honestly, I'm not really sure. I guess the trained detective's observations are really different from ours. It's more simply that observation, Seeker. It's an entire way of thinking. I believe it's come to my decision, and trust the reins to the main investigations to the Special Support Section. With UFO headlining operations, perhaps new, unexpected leads may come to light. We intend to keep our investigating. We'll keep you what you said in mind. You ain't trying to throw us under the bus for ignoring CGF Commander's orders, are ya? It's not my jurisdiction to tell you whether or not to abandon this case. However, we were able to solid lead on the monsters. We should mobilize immediately. Surely you understand, yes?
I hear you loud and clear, ma'am.
You really are capable as everyone makes you out to be. Just so you know, it seems as if the monsters were able to comprehend our strategies and movements. Acting as a small team instead of a large unit is probably smarter. With luck, you'll be able to uncover their weak spot. I hope at least.
Thanks for the heads up. If possible, I'd like to head over to the mining town ASAP.
Yes, that would be for the best. If you uncover anything substantial, contact my office at Tangram Gate. Sergey, would you mind saving that talk for another day?
No complaints. Don't go taking any bad bets, alright?
You'll want to talk. Sika, we'll be off now.
Yes, ma'am. I'm guessing Sika's gonna come in more handy. I'm wondering if she's gonna be a person that joins us here in the special support section. She looks like she's being worked to the bone.
She does. She apparently oversaw the entire withdrawal of troops from Mainz early this morning.
She sure did. Unfortunately, she's at the mercy of an incompetent steezbag boss. Not to mention, she can't inject her vigil over the Republic border. Basically, it's our job to always draw the short end of the stick. Sounds awful. By the way, are you friends with her or something?
You two seem quite comfortable with each other. Perhaps too comfortable.
Well, Tab Commander Bills was one who recommended me here in the first place. What kind of a relationship are you hiding from us, boss? Calm down, she's just an old friend. So, we're in Poland. It's scary to day. Yes, they wore you guys out. You gotta head to Mainz, but are you really planning to make that journey on foot again? Definitely not. It was really only happened by chance.
We intend to spare our feet by blistering by taking the bus.
Oh, right. I thought you were following the Braces example.
How does that correlate?
What you mean? It's not a tradition of theirs. Junior Braces tend to tour the surrounding area on foot. The way they build up stamina, pot up loads of combat experience, most importantly, get the lay of the land. 3 birds, 1 stone. It does seem pretty effective. You guys seriously do that kind of stuff willingly?
Perhaps Estelle and Joshua were doing a form of that when we met them yesterday. So they intend to tour the entirety of Crossbell on foot.
Those two have got quite the personal history, believe me. I've even heard they led the effort in fixing that fiasco that happened in Liberal last year. They certainly were the Liberal instead.
That was when the Opal power suddenly shut down all across the country.
No kidding.
If that's true, then they must be pretty big deals within the guild.
Here in Crossbell, they're no more than rookies, just like you. All you can do is work hard and pray they keep up with them. If you don't get results, you can bet your ass the guild will snatch this case out from right under you. We'll get to the bottom of it, sir. We should head to Mainz once we're ready. We leave through the north exit. The bus stop should be right ahead.
Let's resupply, double check our gear, while we have the chance. It's a precaution. I advise we check the terminal before leaving.
Alright, let's get the show on the road. And with that, I'm going to say if you've enjoyed this episode, please like and subscribe. And we're going to do whatever's on this terminal before we head to Mainz tomorrow. Peace.